To be honest, when I was making my expectations for Spring 2019 video, I didn't even acknowledge Demon Slayer's existence on the charts. And to be devil honest, I was being really biased and concentrated only on the series I knew personally, and ignored the other good ones like Seiko-san, That Retarded Kappa Show, and the aforementioned Demon Slayer. So to summarize, I found about this series' existence from this video. As always, Joey makes my life better, yes. So after that, I liked the concept and started investigating. And what do I find? The manga. Favorable reviews, good scores, attractive as fuck cover. It was a Friday night back then, and let's just say I enjoyed a lot of my mom snoring that night. Sitting at the most recent chapter 160, Koyohara Gotoke's manga series never dropped in quality and instead continued to top itself time after time. From the evolution of the rather simple art style Demon Slayer started with, to the increasingly more emotional, powerful backstories given to each and every one demon the protagonist Tanjiro meets, which makes even the one and done demons feel as important as the main arc villains. From this point on, there might be a few major spoilers for the manga, so anime only watchers, I'm very sorry, because if you didn't know, I don't realize when I spoil this shit. Right off the bat, we have a really good setup, showing us how Tanjiro interacts with his family, how much he loves them, and how much they love back. Let me tell you right now, Gotoge is really good at showing us a character's personality, good and bad traits, as well as abilities almost seamlessly. He's a naive young man who finds joy in helping his townspeople by using what makes him special. He's almost dog-like sense of smell, which he uses to sometimes smell the emotions of his friends, the people he meets, and even his enemies, or sometimes just uses it as a tracking device. He comes back from selling coke only to be warned and welcomed then by a man you seem to be completely deranged and senile by the expression he gives. But Tanjiro's tone and acceptance of his words and the situation in general tells us it's quite the opposite, which is something I actually really like, because you can often understand the tone of the situation, the tone of the scene, and the tone of the dialogue itself and everything subtle about a scene just by Tanjiro's expression and how he takes things in. After his rather rude stay at the man's house because he didn't offer some charcoal, which he probably didn't have at that point, Tanjiro begins to head home, and the tone shifts immediately. The events that precede that scene are truly, in my opinion, executed 10 times better in the anime due to the incredible competency of Ufotable that goes above and beyond and giving us more emotion, makes the scene look absolutely more stunning, more punch-having, and it's absolutely brilliant. Tanjiro's entire family dead, his home destroyed, and the only living thing remaining, his younger sister Nezuko lying in the snow, about to die from the cold. This is absolutely one of the most dramatic moments in a series that is chock full of those, and for this alone I totally recommend you to watch it or at least experience it in some fashion, because this is a scene that needs to be seen. And despite my spoiler warning, I will stop talking about this episode right here, because the conclusion is incredibly fucking effective in getting you to gain hope after the realization of Nezuko's, living status, and then filling you with despair right after with what happens next, and then you gain hope at the end of the episode as well as Tanjiro. So yeah, that is where I'll stop talking about this one, at least. Now, despite everything I've said so far and how much I actually tried to express genuine emotion in that last clip, which I really do hope it worked out well, the manga doesn't reach above 8 out of 10 until we get to what I call the demon train fight, which happens around around chapter 60, or I think it's mid-50s to basically chapter 70. Like Gotoge sensei basically until then she basically plays Koribos all the time and suddenly pulls out an obelisk out of a backpack behind her back and cheats it into the game, and then just goes Omae mode Shinderu and destroys your feelings. What the conclusion to that encounter gave us was a setup for a fight that happened about 90 chapters later after that conclusion, and also gave us a moment with Best Boy, as well as, and this is the most important part, it gave Tanjiro a purpose. Up until this point, his journey has been focused on one single thing, his sister. But after this, the kind of objective he acquires makes it feel as if it's more his own desire, his own little passion that he wants to kind of achieve this person, achieve this status, which I honestly am very happy about, because I was hoping he wouldn't go down the Ichigo route, and he absolutely didn't. So props. Another thing I really respect about Demon Slayer is especially Gotoge Sensei's pacing of her comedy. If you're watching the anime, you would probably notice that in the first 8, 6, or maybe 7 even to an extent episodes, the comedy is rather light. It's more low point, low key, and it's overall a little more subtle and not overblown. But let me just tell you, comedy comes in goddamn spades after you reach the Sleeping Beauty and the Red Light District. That's where shit starts to shine the brightest. Hey boy! Before I end this video for good and say goodbye to Demon Slayer for a little bit in terms of video footage and content I upload on YouTube, I'm going to show you this little cropped speech bubble and this number right here. That is the tease I'm going to give you. Of course, the anime might not make it to this point, seeing as how it's going, but that's an even bigger reason to read the fucking manga, you degenerate boy piece of boy. Maybe in a season 2. I mean, the anime is popular, it's probably gonna happen. Just UFO table, please don't give my baby to Pierrot. I beg of you. Yeah, that's about all. So, thanks for watching my video. If you like this potato video, that's fucking great. I'm glad. From here on out, I just hope that you get inspired to read the manga at some point after the anime ends, or even before that. We're kind of in a really hype arc at the moment in the manga, and I do kind of feel like it could be the last arc, but holy shit do I hope it is not. And in the end, that's all I wanted to say in this video. Just kind of show my passion for a series that is honestly somewhere in my favorites right now. I don't know, really high up there. So yeah, bye and see you in the next video.